New Year's Day in Philadelphia is one thing. It's mummers. It's big costumes, it's sequins, it's string bands, it is strutting down Broad Street, and it happens to be a big part of the culture here in Philadelphia. It also happens to be the first folk parade in our city. And if you think that it's crazy now, well, the history behind the Mummers Parade is unhinged. Think about crashing neighbors' houses, gunfire in the streets, cakes, costumes. Does sound a little familiar. We definitely have evolved just a tad. So let's talk about how we got here, embraced the chaos, and turned into America's longest running folk parade here in Philadelphia. Welcome to the 52 Weeks of First podcast, brought to you by Philadelphia's Historic District and Visit Philly. I'm Marisa Magnatta from the Preston and Steve Show on 93.3 WMMR, Philly's rock station, and I love everything about this city, especially the cast of characters. And that explains why Philadelphia was home to America's first folk parade. You may know it as the Mummers. Our guest today is Jackie BamBam from 93.3 WMMR. He keeps our airwaves going at night. Welcome, Jackie.
Oh, welcome. I know I'm in the right spot. You said crazy, you said Philadelphia, and you said our mummers.
Jackie, how long have you been a mummer?
I've been a mummer since I've been about this tall. In the early 70s, I started with my grandpa and my father. Took me down Broad Street, my first parade. And my grandma and grandpa ran a little store in South Philadelphia. And we started with the fancy brigades at Cleveland on Cleveland Street and Moore Street. And that's how the Cleveland Brigade came to be. They would hang their suits there. And my dad went to school with the captain and all that, bought me aboard, and been doing it ever since. It's in my blood.
So mummering is a family tradition.
Yes, you said it. Family and mummery, that's what it's all about.
I mean, from 0 to 100 are the people that are strutting down Broad Street every year.
Yes, and still to come. There's second generation, third generation families, yeah.
So it is a tradition that happens every year on Broad Street on New Year's Day. And what is the brigade that you take part in, Jackie?
I'm in the, it's not a brigade, so it's, there's clubs, there's divisions, there's 5 of them. I'm in the fancy, the Last Mother Club, just regular fancy, not to be confused with the fancy brigades.
Okay, then what's the difference?
Okay, the brigades go indoors. They broke away from the mother clubs, and we're the Last Mother Club, the Golden Sunrise New Year's Association, and we're right down the street from the Mummers Museum, one of the many clubhouses right on Greenwood Street, and we performed first in front of the judges, kicked the parade off, and all the brigades, they perform 2 shows. One's filmed for TV, and the other is just filmed for spectators as well. But 2 indoor shows.
But the heart of mummering is this parade. It's everybody lined up and down the streets, and it's this big party kicking off the new year.
We just want to entertain everybody. Yeah, you come out to Broad Street, it's a celebration. It's everybody's happy. You hear that joyful music. You see these wonderful suits, and that's what it's all about. And nobody can party like us in Philadelphia.
No, we talk about it. I mean, it is a party, but the history of it, I mean, is really wild. It was all of these different immigrants and organizations that would just party within their neighborhoods.
Yeah, even before that, coming over, landing down on the docks of South Philadelphia and just taking sheets and dressing up. And we were known as shooters, New Year's associations. As the guns would go off, there wasn't prizes. We weren't on Broad Street. So what we would do is knock on doors and say, Happy New Year. And we would perform for them and come on their steps, and they would give us a piece of cake or some candy. And that's how it all started.
And it sounds like it started as a second Christmas day. It was December 26th, and it was just a party out in the streets.
You could say that, yeah. You're going way back because we're talking Christmas, celebrating the mummers. We're used to January 1st, but going way back there, yes.
So in the 1600s and the 1700s, this was it until it all combined into one here. I think it was 1901.
I believe so, and that's when we took it out on Broad Street. Judges and the city allowed us to parade.
And so how many organizations are there now that march down the streets?
There's 5 divisions. There's the comics, the wenches, the fancies, the fancy brigades, and the string bands. Maybe can I explain a little bit about them?
Please do.
Well, I'll start with the comic division and the wenches. They still wear the dresses and the umbrellas, the mumbrellas.
The mumbrellas.
Yes, that's mum lingo. And, you spray paint your golden slippers and all walks of life. And the comics and the wenches, you don't need to really prepare that much, other than the other divisions you practice right after New Year's. You get your drill. There's a lot more involved. But if you want to be a mummer and you want to just put on a dress and party and be a mummer, that's the way to go, a wench or a comic. And then I said, my club, the last of the fancies. And like I said, fancy right there. The feathers, the sequins, the mirrors, the jewels.
How big is your costume when you're wearing these down Broad Street?
Well, they could go as big as a house with a big back piece, which are now becoming a little extinct with money. Feathers are so expensive and all. You don't see too many of the old traditional back pieces anymore. But you see the beautiful suits and now more dancing involved and pit bands and all and props. But back in the day, like you said, the big back pieces and all, they could go as big as a house and go along with it. Fancies, as my club, the Fancy Brigades, go indoors and they perform to recorded music, and they do 2 shows on New Year's Day. And then the string bands play the instruments.
Ooh, and so what instruments are involved in a band?
On the string bands, back, you said the 1600s here, that's when violins, you don't see too much of them anymore, like acoustic guitars you don't see. Banjos were very popular, in the golden era of the mummers in the 70s and the 80s. Now it's more than big powerhouse saxophones. And the drums, of course, and that's your string bands playing all them instruments and dancing along. We call it drilling.
So does a string band march down Broad Street, or do they strut?
I'm going to go with the latter there. It's all about the strut.
Everybody struts.
Everybody
struts. It is a party. And it's inspired other parties around the world and other parades.
I mean, like you said, many parades. St. Patrick's Day Parade. Bands here from South Philadelphia fly over and perform, and then they take ideas and they have their own parades as well. Chinese New Year, a couple of the bands fly over there and perform. So we're everywhere and spreading love and spreading mummery all over the world.
Now, how do you explain a mummer?
That is the hardest question for me to answer, Marissa. And I don't even know if people at the Mummers Museum, because I always say, can I just say Mardi Gras on steroids?
Do you see an inspiration of mummering in the Mardi Gras parade?
Oh, I do. The feathers. Now, you don't see the beads and the other stuff. Maybe do on 2 Street after the parade. But, yeah, I definitely see that. You see Philadelphia mummery everywhere. I'll go on a trip with my parents and all, and Jamaica and all. I'll see feathers. I'm like, oh, the mummers are here. You know what I mean? And even, like you said, New Orleans, the parade, when people pass, we parade down 2 Street. It's a Mardi Gras kind of theme right here in Philadelphia, too. So they look at us, we look at them.
Yeah, we've taken the first folk parade from right here in Philadelphia, and it's gone into all these other cities and adapted to their cultures and their traditions.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a street as long as Broad Street where we parade, and that's why we're another reason why we are the #1 parade in the country. We've been voted, USA paper voted us the #1 parade in the country this year, so we have bragging rights on Broad Street. I mean, is there a street in the country as long as Broad Street? What a perfect place to have a parade every New Year's Day.
There's not a more celebratory street, is what I'm going to say.
I would say that.
Now, talk about bragging rights. Tell me a few of those celebrity encounters that you've had with the mummering.
Well, working at WMMR along with you, we do a lot of playing with bands and hosting shows. You said celebrity, I don't want to drop too many names, but I work with Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. He sees my hat and he's like, Jackie, I want that hat. I'm like, Steven, I love you, but you can't have it. But I tell my customer when I get back, like, Steven Tyler really enjoyed our Mummers hat. And, he wears the hats. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the great TV show. We work with them at the Mann Music Center. They wanted some mummers. I bought the only string band in Bucks County, the award-winning Uptown string band, to perform, and they really enjoyed it. Ann and Nancy from Heart. Love the acoustic mandolins, the banjos. I had them out at the FM Center in Camden, and really, really enjoyed the mummers. And even Rob Zombie, when I wore a Frankenstein green wench outfit, wanted it. And I love the connection, and I try and use my platform from working at WMMR. Like, it's cool to be a mummer. And I say that because I want to see the next generation grow up like I grew up with my father. I want to see the young ones say, yo, that's cool to wear feathers on New Year's Day and makeup and be a mummer. And hey, if Steven Tyler of Aerosmith wants to wear one of them hats, I want to wear one too. So I try and use that platform to, spread our great Philadelphia tradition and keep it going.
Now, how do the mummers broaden their horizons outside of just New Year's Day? I mean, you're so philanthropic and involve yourself in so many other things within the community.
That's such a great question. We're always doing many, many benefits when we're not doing our, drill and all. Mummers Against Cancer, Toys for Tots, breakfasts with Santa Claus, going to homes, going to children's homes, going to hospitals. And again, I say, you put on a mummer suit, how can you not smile? When you hear that joyful music, it's so hard not to smile and just hug that person next to you. And for me, putting on a mummer suit, just walking in here today, walking down the street, you see people that just wave to you. It's so joyful. It's so happy. I feel like Superman or Batman putting this on. So
you nailed it. These suits make you larger than life.
Yeah, and everybody loves the mummers. It makes you happy.
So we're celebrating the 125th anniversary of the very first Mummers Parade.
I can't believe it.
What's next?
The future. I mean, what does the future hold? We're just getting bigger and bigger and better each and every year. The parade, 4.5 minute mini Broadway scenes.
Where's the best place to go to learn more about the Mummers?
I would direct you down to the Mummers Museum, which is located on 2nd and Washington, a.k.a. Mummers Row. And I say Mummers Row because that's where a lot of them, the clubhouses are. If you pass the Mummers Museum, you go down, you see the Jokers, the Quaker City String Band, the Fralinger String Band, Oregon. You see all these signs, but the Mummers Museum is right there. And it is free of charge. You can go to mummersmuseum.org, get the hours. And any questions you have about the Mummers Museum, you take a tour and please make a donation. And thank you for supporting our Mummers Museum in advance.
So in the Mummers Museum, there's a sign on the wall that says, "Here we stand before your door. Give us your whiskey. Give us your gin. Open the door and let us in." What does that mean?
They were the words when the early days we would parade and knock on your door. We're here. Give us gin. Give us a piece of cake, like you said there. And those words hang as soon as you walk in the Mummers Museum, right next to the winner's circle, they're up on the wall.
And some of your costumes been in those winner's circles?
Yes, I've been a first-time prize captain. I'm in the Mummers Hall of Fame, and I'm a presidential award winner, so very honored.
I'm honored to be in your presence, Jackie, and I'm honored for you to share all of this information about the first folk parade that started right here in Philadelphia.
We have bragging rights, and thank you so much, Marissa, for supporting our mummers and having me here today.
You know us in Philadelphia. We love to brag about anything.
Here we go.
And thank you for joining us on this week's journey through Philadelphia's firsts. You can follow us on social media at 52 Firsts Philly to find out all of the exciting stories that we have all year long.